Hey everybody, it's Ziz here, and this week on ESO Insider we're going to be talking about the WoW killer. Is ESO a WoW killer? Now, before we talk about whether ESO is or isn't, we need to decide, what does that mean, a WoW killer? Are you talking about completely destroying WoW? Literally nobody plays the game anymore. Because if that's your definition of WoW killer, that's never going to happen. Never, 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 ever, ever, ever. I truly believe people are going to play World of Warcraft for another 20, 30, 40, 50 years. I mean, think of it. People are still playing Ultima Online, EverQuest 1, Dark Age of Camelot. These games are almost 15 years old. And they never had the popularity that World of Warcraft does. World of Warcraft is still like 7 million subscribers. So I don't think that number will ever completely disappear. Now, Blizzard is making a new MMO. It's called Titan, right? And when that game comes out, whatever it is, a lot of people are going to leave World of Warcraft and go over to Titan. So it might bring WoW's numbers down, but it's still going to have a lot of subscribers, right? Now, if your version of killing WoW is having more people play ESO than World of Warcraft, that might be a possibility. Maybe not right now, but think down the line. What if a year or two down the line, Titan comes out, couple 3-4 million people leave World of Warcraft, so it's down at maybe 2 or 3 million, and then you have people playing Titan over here. Could ESO be higher right here? Maybe. Think of it this way. If Elder Scrolls Online was just a regular MMO, like it wasn't tied into the Elder Scrolls lore at all, it was some other just random MMO called MMO Online, okay? It's a good game on its own. It's got some great PvP, some great story. There's lots of things about the game people really like. Now, I know there's been some problems. There's been billing issues, there's been bugs. So if you go on the forums, lots of people are complaining. But really, honestly, compared to other MMO launches I've seen over the past 4 or 5 years, this is pretty much average. In fact, it actually went a little bit better than average to start out, and now they've had some problems. But really, on its own, ESO could have been a good MMO. Just by itself, with no other help, just on its own as an MMO, it could have been very, very successful. Now, on top of that, you need to add all the millions of Elder Scrolls players. Millions and millions of players who may never have played an MMO before, but because it's called Elder Scrolls, they're going to give it a try. And then on top of that, you need to add all the consoles. You have PS4, Xbox One. These are millions of more people who maybe never would have played an MMO because they only own a console. Maybe they don't pay, on a PC like we do. But because it's on a console, they might say, hey, I'll give it a try. So you could have had a successful MMO, an even more successful MMO because it's Elder Scrolls, and then even more successful because you have on console. So there's 3 different ways that this game could have been better and better and better. So if we're looking down the road, maybe a couple years, when Titan comes out and World of Warcraft goes down because of that, could ESO be in the mix? It's quite possible. You never know. Either way, I think it's going to be a very successful game. I think the subscription model is going to be around for a long time. I think we're going to have lots of new content and great things to do in the future. There'll be expansions and patches and all this stuff, so I'm not worried about whether the game's going to go away or not, and I could really care less if it kills WoW. As long as there's enough people playing where they have enough revenue to keep making a great game, I'm really happy about it. And I think that will happen for years and years to come. So that's what I think. Tell me what you think below in the comments, and that's it this week for ESO Insider. I'll see you next week.